Hello, and welcome back. Alright, and we are back to more Rain Code. Last time we left off, let's just get right into it first. Last time we left off, we just got off the Labyrinth Express, and there was of course, a massacre that we were framed for.
So, this is the Mystery Labyrinth. It sure looks creepy.
Now, before we go in, I'm going to go ahead and give my theory of what happened. My first theory is, since this is the prologue, this is just like a test. Because they said before that someone's here to monitor, that there's a chance that someone's here to monitor us and test if we're worthy of being detectives. So I think that this might be just one big elaborate test. Because it'd be really weird for all those people, like, I got like the special limited edition, so it'd be kind of weird for all those people to be dead, even though their faces are plastered on the whole cover in the prologue. But it could always be a chance. Number two, one of the people on board isn't actually dead, or they traded places with, they killed a detective and they took their place, and then they probably just used their body to fake their own death. That's what I think. One of those two things happened. So let's see which one's correct.
Hey, if we keep going, will we really get to the truth?
Come on, would I lie to you?
Yes.
I told you the deepest part of the labyrinth holds the truth, right? So, let's go. I'm so horny for mysteries right now.
You're... what?
Yep. Hold on, let me check. Abilities. Yeah, I gotta unlock the abilities again. Okay, boom. Equipped. So I guess this didn't save from last time, alright. Alright. Now it says we're missing 100 points in health, so I'm hoping that doesn't affect like a score or a grade we get for this. Uh-oh, there you go. I was kind of hoping there'd be something to get us through this faster. Oh.
Hey, did something move just now?
Oh, that's a cue.
And Practical Joker's in here?
Q? Is that a monster living in the Mystery Labyrinth?
They're not exactly monsters. Q are part of the Mystery Labyrinth itself. They're what materialize the mysteries. Q have no intelligence or autonomy. All they do is manifest the mysteries in the labyrinths. But since you are here to defeat mysteries, they're kinda like obstacles.
So in other words, they're the enemy.
Of course, as a detective seeking the truth, mysteries are your greatest enemy.
So we gotta use clues to stab fallacies. There you go. Oh, this looks like a really wide corridor. Hopefully something is gonna happen in this one. Oh, there we go.
What is that?
Oh goody, a shadow.
What the? There are monsters here!
That's a mystery phantom.
A mystery phantom? What's that?
It's basically a shadow.
I told you that cues make mysteries materialize, right? Well, if there's someone in the real world trying to interfere with the case, that person also materializes.
So then whoever we see in the Mystery Labyrinth is just someone who's actually trying to screw with the case in real life.
That's a mystery phantom.
Interfering with the case? Hey, doesn't he kind of look like Swank of the Peacekeepers?
If the Peacekeepers are tied up in this, then maybe this incident has something to do with Amaterasu Corporation.
So we gotta figure out why they're covering it up.
You're the culprit.
Huh?
Since all the other passengers on the train are dead, you're the only one who could have done the crime.
Not really.
So you're the culprit. That's the truth behind this case.
Master, he's trying to frame you to bury the case. If you can't get past this, you can't reach the truth.
What do I do? Should I just run away?
A detective doesn't run from a mystery. You gotta defeat him.
Defeat him? How?
Master,
Hey, he's like 12. What do you expect
ready
him
to
to
give
do?
your life for the truth?
Huh? What?
Just say, I am.
I am!
You could have just handed it to
What?
me.
A sword?
I call it the Solution Blade. It's a sword with special powers to affect things inside the Mystery Labyrinth.
Is he really not gonna react to pulling it out of her mouth?
Use that to boom kill the Mystery Phantom. Let's do this.
I guess he just accepted it.
Whoa, slow down! How do I use this?
I'm sure you'll figure it out eventually. Anyway, damage you take here is nothing to sniff at. It's not like an injury in the real world, but still.
You'll figure it out, but you know, oh, by the way, don't get hurt or you'll die.
The more and more your mind realizes you've been hurt here, oh boy, you'll wind up brain dead. It'll be game over, time to start from the beginning again. No one wants that, so you'd better be super careful.
Let's not.
Come on, pay attention.
No. Traps and obstacles lie in wait inside the Mystery Labyrinth. Make a mistake while facing them and Master stamina will decrease.
Dead, Master?
It's game over when the stamina runs out, so be careful as you uncover the truth. Okay.
I'll tell you a Mystery Labyrinth secret.
During a reasoning deathmatch RDM, a mystery phantom will attack Master while making statements about the case.
Dodge, dodge, duck, dodge.
Getting hit by a statement means taking damage, so move up, down, left, and right to avoid it. Track it carefully in a dodge.
Come on, pay attention.
If you dodge a statement at the very last second, it becomes a daring dodge. The more daring dodges you make, the bigger the bonus you'll get later, so give it a shot if you got the guts.
Don't you forget.
The bonus successfully daring dodges is based on the amount you can dodge in one cycle. Basically, there's a cap to how much you can get.
Don't let any shady statement slip by.
Flammable statements give you a chance to counterattack. Statements might contain a contradiction. Slash through it with the solution blade and fight back against phantoms.
Master doesn't make mistakes, right? Right?
To expose a contradiction, you gotta pick the right solution key. The key is already set in the solution blade this time, so find the contradiction in flammable statement and slash it. So it's like truth bullets then.
Slash those suspicious statements!
If you slash a statement containing a contradiction with the right solution key, you'll destroy it and damage the mystery phantom.
Oh?
Picking the wrong solution key or missing the timing means taking damage. Just some friendly advice from yours truly. Alright. Oh, this is
No
nice.
need to draw this out. You're the culprit behind this case.
Did he get it perfectly? I guess so.
You murdered 5 bastard detectives. That's the only explanation.
I'm like the shortest, weakest one of all 5 of them.
Everyone else is dead.
That's true.
You're the only one who could have done the crime.
No, that's wrong.
Slash through this mystery.
No, that's wrong.
No, there's no way I could have done it. I wasn't conscious the whole time because I drank the drugged coffee in the dining car.
It's no use. Your deduction is wrong.
Not really.
Master, it's time for the solution key!
Here we go. The solution keys you can choose will change for each death match. Pick the right key and cut through the contradiction in flammable
You
statements.
better not be skimming
I already
over
mentioned,
this.
but attacking the wrong solution key means taking damage, so be careful. So, alright.
You were out,
Let's go through here. Prove no one was in the car. An image will be taken. I'm guessing it's gonna be this one.
all time.
Yeah.
Ridiculous. You're the culprit.
No.
You knew it was drugged.
No.
That's how you avoided being knocked out.
No.
Other detectives were drugged. You went around killing them all. You're busted.
What would happen if no one drank the
Took
coffee?
the laced coffee and only pretended to drink it.
This is the truth.
Wasn't all the coffee supplied by the corporation? Shouldn't that be enough evidence there to
Zonga's
prove it?
photography footage showed me drinking the coffee. That proves I wasn't faking anything.
It doesn't. You could have just been faking on the picture. Just holding up a newspaper of a picture, but like, see, I was in a completely different location at this exact date and time.
Did I defeat it?
See? No matter how weak you are, things will turn out fine, as long as I'm here.
He tried to frame me as the culprit.
Yep.
Guess that's what Amaterasu Corp is doing. They want to set you up and call it a day. That's why the Peacekeepers barged in as soon as the train hit the station. They probably planned this.
So they knew what was going to happen. Then the culprit works for Amaterasu?
Yep.
Or someone hired by them. Either way, the Peacekeepers want to hide who did it.
So the reason Control Headquarters didn't respond to the emergency calls was because of Amaterasu.
Probably. Now that we know what they're aiming for, we're one step closer to the truth.
Then we tried calling on our cell phones and it was blocked or we had no connection. And it might be just a bit of a blocker on the thing. If it was a hitman, they probably had a blocker to make sure no communication got out, but...
Let's keep this up and unriddle this mystery labyrinth so we can get to the truth.
You're awfully casual about this. My life is at stake here. I understand now that the mystery labyrinth is the case's mysteries given shape. But what do you do here, Shinigami?
Simply put, I'm the one and only cutie that can directly interact with the mystery labyrinth.
Why?
The progress you've made in the mystery labyrinth and solving those mysteries here, it's all thanks to me.
How are you able to do this?
I don't know what to tell you. I've always been able to do this, so I forgot how. More importantly, You got drugged and knocked out? You are so pitiful, Master. No wonder you're waddling around like a toddler.
I thought I was dizzy because I've got this weird ghost thing haunting me.
Huh? Making a pact with me won't make you dizzy. It just reduces your lifespan by a lot.
You're kidding, right? Right?
I think she's screwing with you, dude.
Anyway, who do you think is the culprit, Master? You have any guesses?
If the drinks were drugs in the dining car, the culprit must have been on the train before anyone else.
Oh, so then all you have to do is ask around and figure out what order everyone got on board.
Ask who?
Oh, wait a minute. You can't, because they're all dead!
You aren't taking this very seriously, are you?
Or the alcohol and coffee could have just been pretty tainted. It did come from the corporation, so they could have had it already drugged.
This place. Whoa. The path is forked in two. Which way should I go?
This fork in the path is also a materialized mystery, so you should know which way to go if you solve it. First, let's clarify what mystery this is exactly.
Huh? How do you do that?
Like this.
Huh? Blood! Blood!
Quit overreacting, Master. This is a mystery labyrinth. It's fine.
Didn't you just tell me not to take damage?
Anyway, take a look. I used the blood of the Truth Seeker as a conduit to expose the mystery blocking the path.
That's like a not right amount of blood to lose. You'd be dead.
Is that a question?
That's the mystery standing in your way. You just need to pick the right path and head on through.
6 on the train. It must mean the 6 master detectives, including me, right? If I don't think the culprit is among the 6 on the train, then I should take the right path, which says no.
Not possible.
But if I think the culprit is one of the 6 on board, I need to take the left path that says yes. Which?
I already know which one it is. There's
There's
no way.
only one truth.
Questions relating to the case asked in different forms inside the mystery labyrinth. Choose the correct answers and take me to the truth. It's this one. Yes.
So, you think the culprit is one of the 6 on the train, right?
Yes.
Right here!
I think it was Zongi and
Okay, let's
Uchi,
go.
who already used their power to determine there was no one else living on the train except for the 6 there.
Can I go through now?
Oh, you got it right? Not bad at all, Master.
Yep. Here we go. Now you gotta question it.
Something happened! Why? Did I make the wrong choice?
Now you gotta solidify it.
It's trying to bury the truth again. Go get him, Master.
Your deduction is wrong.
Here. Yep, Apex and Pucci Cortez proved that there were no other passengers on this train 56. Yep.
Other than the 6 on the train, you must have had an accomplice.
This is the truth!
I don't know if we can get a bonus for hitting it before it hits us. I thought I'd try.
2 master detectives used their abilities to prove that only 6 people were on the train. If it was only one person, they could have been lying or an imposter. But 2 of them means there can be no mistake.
Wrong! wrong! Your reasoning is completely off!
How?
What good does that testimony even do?
Victims all born to death, and according to the law, chain did not stop once it's extremely unlikely. I'm guessing it's gonna be operation log. That's not as most likely.
Your accomplices wasn't there when those two checked! Came aboard after that.
Yeah, there we go. That's what I thought.
So what if the windows don't open? While everyone out, you secretly stopped the train and let your partner...
I'll slash through this mystery. Backup control room's operation log showed that the train never stopped.
Question: if Amaterasu is really trying to blame us, and just little old one us, and like 50 guards, and the guy who's trying to cover it up, why would they even accept what we're about to say? Can't they just be like, "Well, we're gonna execute you anyway. We're gonna put it on you anyway. Who's gonna stop us?" Like, well, how exactly are we going to get out of this, Yuma?
And the doors won't open unless the train stops. So it's impossible for someone to have gotten on during the trip.
Damn!
Looks like you're getting the hang of this, Master. You've learned to ruthlessly cut down any who stand in your way.
What's with that smug look on your face?
You make it sound like I'm the bad guy here.
I thought she was making fun of us. She was mocking us.
Hey, I was wondering, if the Mystery Labyrinth is trying to block people from seeking the truth, wouldn't it reject my answers, even if they're right? Or maybe the questions themselves could be lies.
No chance. A Mystery Labyrinth has no self-will. It can't lie or create things not based on the real-world mystery. This place?
Hold on. Sorry about that. We had a water pressure tank burst in the basement this morning, and that was just my mom trying to figure out if it was fixed yet, which it is. So
Is a direct manifestation of a mystery. You can always progress as long as you keep solving it. In that sense, the labyrinth is fair. It won't cheat you.
it's nice to know that some plumbers will actually let you
relief.
finance stuff.
By the way, about the culprit being one of the 6 of you, how could the culprit commit the crime when all the other passengers besides you were dead?
Fake their death.
Another fork in the road.
This is how we reach the truth. It reflects how problems are really solved, doesn't it?
You have to slit my throat again, aren't you?
Well, I don't know if I've ever actually solved a mystery on my own. I don't remember it all.
Doesn't matter. You just need to solve the mystery in front of us. Say,
Yeah.
There's no way they burn themselves to death, right? Yeah, they have to play dead. Right? Because if it's what I'm thinking, because they only could take living things, right? Both their power, who the fuck was it? Profiles? There we go. Okay, so if Poochie and Aphex were able to scan and found no life, that means one of these people could have just killed someone, an actual detective, taken their place, and just stashed their body on the train, right? So that means any one of these people who we saw already burnt to a crisp could have just been dead world before we even got on the train. Right? So would that be considered playing dead? Well, I mean, it'd have to be, because how would they commit suicide? Why would they burn themselves to death? Wouldn't they just, like, stab themselves, or... Yeah, you have to play dead.
Come on.
Huh?
Oh, I got it! Master, leave this to me. This has to be the right answer. Follow me!
It is the right answer.
Hey, wait!
What's with the chain? I thought we were the master. Shouldn't she be the one wearing a chain?
The culprit just played dead. Because if they did commit suicide after the crime, they'd be dead right now.
Well, would it be more in tune to say they faked the death?
And that's no fun at all.
That's your reasoning? Wait, what's this chain?
Exactly.
I told you we share mind and body. The chain is proof of that. Our relationship can never be broken apart.
That's terrible!
Please, you should consider yourself lucky you're being haunted by a cutie like me. I'm so tired. I pulled you up here, so you can walk the rest of the way yourself.
I didn't ask you to do that. So you think this path will lead toward the truth, right?
It has to.
No idea. This is a labyrinth. It's pretty common to encounter dead ends.
This is our life you're dealing with.
Whoa, watch out!
You see? What did I tell you? Dead end.
Don't sound so proud of yourself. You chose this path, Shinigami.
If it's a dead end, maybe the culprit wasn't just plain dead.
So why would they burn themselves to death?
I searched all 5 bodies, and they were, without a doubt, dead.
Unless they swapped a body.
Oh, so the answer isn't played dead. Let's turn back.
You changed your mind already?
Exploring all possibilities is an important part of beating a mystery labyrinth. I'm so awesome. By the way, I did say I can guide you through the mystery labyrinth. But I'm not that good at solving mysteries.
You could have said that a little earlier.
How are you gonna teach me to be a detective?
I just want to help. I like when you rely on me, Master.
Anyway, what's going on in the real world while we're in the mystery labyrinth?
Time has stopped on the other side. We're sort of set apart from the normal flow of time while we're here.
As soon as we're done finding out who the killer is, we start getting police brutality by a bunch of guys in gas masks and start beating us with sticks.
In other words, you're still surrounded by peacekeepers.
Exactly.
So if we return without solving the mystery, we'll just be captured.
Exactly.
As a result, this murder case will remain unsolved and linger in people's memories as a serious crime. Naturally, this mystery labyrinth will also survive. And that creates an even bigger problem.
Which is?
Leaving a case unsolved means that it will go down in history that way.
And?
The more bizarre a mystery is, the more it attracts people's interest. And the more people rack their brains about that mystery, the bigger the mystery labyrinth gets.
And?
Eventually, the mystery labyrinth would gain enough power to start affecting the real world.
So it's like a warp god from Warhammer? What?
It would implant insidious ideas into people's minds, creating more murderers, and in turn, new mystery labyrinths.
We gotta prevent the birth of Zeech.
Labyrinths can create endless cycles. That's why it's best to cut it off as soon as possible.
But if we're creating the mystery labyrinth, we're just playing with an atomic bomb to solve petty murders.
It sounds way more daunting than I thought.
Yeah, you brought this literally a coughing baby versus a nuclear bomb. Dude.
We're finally back. The other route is commit suicide after the crime.
No.
There's no other option, so it has to be the right answer.
Why would they burn themselves though?
Careful. But to commit suicide after the crime would mean... After killing the other 4, the culprit killed themselves, right?
No,
Is that really the right answer?
no, there's no
The
way.
mystery labyrinth's routes represent logical deduction. If there's only one route, then it's the only possibility.
Available
The
to
only
us.
option left is the culprit off themselves. We just need to find that suicidal pest.
If there's not a person alive, how are we going to prove it? Is this another dead end?
What's going on here?
This is part of the mystery materializing. You just need to solve it. Come on, Master! Concentrate! Come on, concentrate! Concentrate!
Who was the last person to die during the incident? The culprit?
This way! If the culprit committed suicide after the crime, then the last person that died should be the culprit.
They committed suicide.
Because they wouldn't be able to kill someone else if they off themselves already. Nice work! Come on, let's try again!
Of course, the person who started the fires must be the culprit.
No shit.
All 5 burned to death, so the culprit who died last totally burned themselves. Come on, let's try again!
Zilch?
Towards the end. One who burned the other 4, then set themselves on fire. Is Zilch.
Yeah, he was the last person we saw burning.
Bingo! You did it, Master! But you know, setting aside the idea that the culprit was the last to die, why would it be Detective Four Eyes? Didn't we discover his body first?
According to the Peacekeepers, the victims all burned to death, right? But when we first found Zilch in Car 1, he wasn't burnt yet. If that's the case, that means he must have burned to death after that. Although, everyone else we found after him had already died from burns.
Alright. So if they all burned to death, then the last one who died could be Detective Four Eyes.
I think the culprit killed everyone in the opposite order of how we found their corpses. Starting from Car 5, he killed them in order one by one, then set himself on fire in Car 1.
So Detective Four Eyes is without a doubt the culprit, but he committed suicide, huh?
Cart 5 was locked though, so how did Aphex get in there?
The door! Whoa! It worked?
See, I told you it would be fine. I'm such a terrific guide.
Yeah. Is that the end of it?
I guess that's everything. Seems easier than I thought. What's wrong, Master?
I'm wondering if that's really all that happened. Something Something about this seems off.
There's way too much we haven't talked about yet.
It does? You think so?
Yes.
Ah! What's going on? The conclusion? Is this the truth behind the case?
There's only one door. No other options. Maybe this really is the end. Kind of a simple conclusion despite 5 people dying. Well, I hope this was a helpful tutorial for you, Master.
Wait. Mystery labyrinths contain all the mysteries of the real-world case, including things like misdirection, right? Which means this could be an attempt by the culprit to mislead us.
So, you don't think this is the truth? What makes you say that?
It's too quick and easy.
I'm not sure, but I have a feeling the case isn't closed yet.
If so, then this door could be a fake.
Yep.
How can we tell?
If you think it's fake, why not try breaking it? It'll be bad news if you're wrong, though. And I won't tell you exactly what will happen. I don't want to affect your judgment.
You've already affected my judgment. I guess the only way to find out is to destroy it.
Yep.
How do I do that?
Have you tried attacking it yet? Demolish it.
So it was fake! It was the culprit trying to throw us off the trail!
Oh, he's back.
You should have just quit while you were ahead.
It's rare for a fake exit to appear. This mystery labyrinth is way tougher than I thought. Master, don't let your guard down.
Question: couldn't there be like a logical fallacy with this? Or every time they're going down the path and the Phantom comes and they're like, "You have no proof of this." Like, well, you're blocking my way, so that's obviously mean I'm right. Like, wouldn't that work?
Make sure you drop your money before you drop dead. I promise I'll show mercy to your wallet.
I wonder if Master can even make snap judgments.
Mischief phantoms sometimes throw out noise. These will obstruct your vision and get in the way. So use a master solution blade to cut them
Are
out.
you gonna remember all of this?
The more noise destroyed, the bigger the bonus you'll get later. So when it pops up in front of you, be aggressive with an attack.
Sure hope you got all that down.
The bonus for destroying noise is based on the max amount you destroy in 1 cycle. Basically, there's a cap limit you can get right here. Knife stuck in the chest. It was deeply embedded with a certain because fatal and Nami's corpse and discovered in car 2. It was burnt to a crisp with the face just barely recognizable. I don't see. Oh, well, so I guess it's gonna be this.
Culprit must be Zilch. Reason's obvious. Zilch is the only one who could have done the crime. He burned the 4 passed out victims, then set himself on fire, and died from immolation.
This is the truth! No. Now that I think about it, Zilch's suicide by fire doesn't make sense.
No shit.
Because when I saw Zilch through the window, there was a knife in his chest. If he burned himself, then why would there be a knife stuck there?
You little brat. Fine. I'll answer you. Why was the knife stuck in the body?
The infirmary in car 5 was locked from the inside. There was a small amount of blood from this button. So I don't think that happened in car 5. We're talking about something that happened in car 1, so I don't think it's gonna be that bad. It's probably gonna be caulking the dining hall.
Of course I know why. Yeah, it was to knock himself out.
I'll slash through this mystery. If his plan was to fall unconscious, he would have used the drugged coffee in the dining car. That's a much easier way to pass out.
I see. So they're trying to mislead you about the cause of death for Detective Four Eyes.
Right. The Peacekeeper said all the detectives burned to death. But Zilch's corpse in the first car is different. To me, it looked more like he was stabbed to death.
So the Peacekeeper's report was a lie? But they have no reason to do that.
Well, if we're being hired to investigate them, they would have a reason to do that.
If they wanted to set you up as the culprit, they'd be raising questions by fabricating reports.
Yeah, then why would they send the train to welcome us in?
Yeah, you're right. They all must have died by fire, after all. And for some reason, only Zilch appeared to have been stabbed to death. I get it. So that's what was bothering me. But no matter how hard I think about it, I can't seem to figure out what happened next.
Huh? Why's that?
I don't have enough clues about Zilch in the first car. I should have investigated it more after discovering the body, but I was too preoccupied with calling for help.
So we're stuck right here. I don't see any other routes to break through this mystery. I don't even know what mystery we gotta solve right now. But I do know there can't be a labyrinth without a goal. The truth is always behind a mystery. You wish you had investigated more, right? So you think you'd have the answer if you'd done that?
Probably.
Huh? Yeah, maybe.
Oh, fine. My secret weapon is so draining, I try to avoid using it as much as possible. But I just love it when you rely on me, Master.
Oh, goody.
I have a bad feeling about this.
She
What are you trying to do?
Is she gonna sock us in the head?
This is all for you, Master. Ready, Master?
Wait! What's going on?
I'm extracting your memory and materializing it inside the mystery labyrinth. This is my super cute special weapon.
Real adorable. Smashing her head in.
See, if you investigate here, you might make some new discoveries.
Oh, the shock from all this is making my head spin.
You don't have any time to waste, Master. This was pumped out of that slow brain of yours, so don't assume it'll stick around for long. You have until the pain in your head clears up. Now hurry and investigate.
Got it. I'll hurry.
Hello?
Huh? This cushion. Was it always there? Also, it looks like it has a hole in the middle of it. It was made by something sharp. What did this?
A knife, obviously.
Oh, so I can get solution keys here too.
You may have seen it, but forgotten. That just means you didn't think anything of it at the time. But it is in your memory, so you can use it as a clue.
You can do that? You're incredible, Shinigami.
Go on, keep complimenting me.
Get the sheets.
This blanket is mostly burned, but some parts near the knife are unscathed. It doesn't look like there's blood on the blanket at all. But how could that be?
I think it says something about that. It was weird there was no blood in your knife.
It's fading. I guess the pain is starting to go away too.
Looks like time's up. Well, did you find anything?
Yeah, I think I see the contradiction here. Although I'm not completely sold on it.
Come on, this is where you're supposed to declare, I've solved the mystery. Well, if you think you're on the right track, then I guess we should do this next.
Well, it seems like we already figured out who the murderer is.
Do what?
It's for when you're stuck in your deductions. Remember what I said earlier? Every labyrinth has a goal. So even when you're stuck, there's always a way out. And we're gonna find it by working together.
Working together?
Lay it all out, Master!
Does that mean that the play dead option is going to be open again if we go back? What is this? Oh, dear God, no. Not the hangman.
Expose the truth together!
I can just look at this and guess what it's gonna be. Okay. The Shinigami puzzle is one of my secret techniques to uncover the hidden truth.
What?
The truth is hidden somewhere in the large letters on the side of the barrel containing your shirt.
Ready? Aim!
Read the question
Fire!
and then knock out the letters in the right order. Make a mistake and the time limit is reduced.
Correct answer somewhere inside your head,
If
Master!
you knock the letters out in the right order, I will be embedded with the power of truth and unleashing a special move that'll open up the path.
Master! It's time for the solution key!
It's gonna be red herring, isn't it? By the way, if you feed me a solution key floating around the barrel, I will give you whatever hint comes to mind. Grab a key and bring it to
Don't
my
you
mouth.
forget!
There are some solution keys that you don't get any hints from. If I eat one of those, the time will be reduced.
Try to solve it lickety-split! That's right!
Holy shit, this is slow.
Go, go, go! Great!
Thank you for that, Shinigami. I guess the bikini is supposed to make up for the make me
That's
play
right.
Hangman.
When I saw Zilch through the window, it appeared as if the knife was stuck in his chest.
Or the scrambler, I mean.
But in actuality, he stabbed the blanket-wrapped cushion to make it look like he had been stabbed. That's why the blanket didn't have blood on it, even though the cushion was stabbed through. Zilch's death was a red herring. It was meant to mislead us.
Joe's death was the red herring to hide the truth.
It's a new solution key.
If it was a red herring, that means he wasn't really dead.
Yeah, Zilch was faking his death to fool us. That knife was just to trick me into thinking he was dead when I looked through the window. But the Peacekeeper's report saying they all burned to death created a contradiction.
So the culprit was just plain dead. It's exactly what I said.
Yep.
In a roundabout way, yes.
Which means that dead end in the abyss could have a new path now. Let's hurry back!
just trying to figure out what's going on in my head. It's gonna be a really long walk. You can maybe walk the whole way, Shinigami.
What's wrong?
It's too much of a hassle to go all the way back there. I don't want to walk anymore.
Me neither.
Some guide you are. Besides, you're not even walking.
Do people who float even get tired?
I despise effort and hard work. I want to head back the easy way. Oh, I know! I have a convenient transportation method, thanks to my awesomeness. It lets us go anywhere you've been before. Now is the perfect time to use it.
Fast travel? The Silk Strider? Zoom or evac? Let's go zoom.
See? Super easy.
Yeah, sure.
But unfortunately, using it does drain a little bit.
Drain a little bit of what? Do you have pee or something?
Your lifespan.
My lifespan? Again?
Is my lifespan the only thing currency in this damn game?
So we've passed through how did the culprit pull it off junction and have taken the played dead turn again. Now that we have a new solution key, I'm sure we can solve this mystery and access what's ahead.
Let's give it a try.
Solution keys are important to solving
Solution key can
mysteries.
be used to
Yours
break
truly
the
is important
mystery
too. We are gonna expose the truth
The solution key
together.
that answers the question before you get the right mystery will disappear. Who's the culprit play dead? Refuge.
Zilch was trying to trick us into thinking he'd killed himself.
Yeah. Sounds about right.
A bridge!
See, didn't I say the path would appear? It's all because we found the right deductive clue to break through.
So I was right, you did play dead.
I'm so amazing. You can pat me on the head if you want, Master.
Well, maybe later. We opened the play dead route thanks to the corpse red herring solution key.
But how are there 5 corpses then? In order for there to be 5 corpses, that means that one of them was the body of a real person who died. Was the real Zangi dead? Zilch dead in Train 1? And you just put his body in the, and you shared the body with the real Zilch? Bad was real Zilch.
So Zilch really faked his death to mislead us.
If so, he is absolutely the culprit. Now, we just need to prove it.
But even if the Mystery Labyrinth is fair when it comes to solving mysteries, the real world will be different, right?
Yeah.
What if Amaterasu Corp decides to protect the culprit, even if we prove who really did it?
Exactly.
Oh, you're worried they'll just cover it up? No need to worry about that.
Why not?
Huh? Why's that?
Let's save the fun for later.
It's like Persona 5 with all the Change of Heart.
Oh, the ground! It's falling apart!
You better run, Master!
Why? Wasn't this the right route?
Yeah.
Maybe the logic still has some holes in it.
Whoa!
that can be serious. What was Eunice saw? Actually, yes, Zilch. He was in the med bay at the time.
When I saw Zilch through the window, he was faking his death with the knife through the cushion. That was definitely the real Zilch. The corpse I investigated was real, it just wasn't Zilch's corpse. In other words, Zilch swapped himself out for a real corpse.
Because he was still hiding in the room with him, right? Before.
The corpse was switched right before I broke the infirmary window to open the lock. The blazing fire had filled the room with smoke, so I couldn't make anything out through the window. Zilch used that smoke as cover to switch himself with a dead body.
I get it. The fire wasn't only there to show he died from burning. It was also a smokescreen to swap out the corpse.
Right. In the smoke, he switched places with a corpse he had hit.
Yep.
Next up, you need to deduce where the corpse was hidden.
Because the room was filled with smoke, he needed to put the body somewhere he could access immediately.
Where are you thinking?
If he needed to get to the body as quickly as possible, only one place makes sense.
That place is suspicious.
On the screens. Use the on-screen cursor, just like the spot that answers the question.
Better search every nook and cranny.
You can pick the spot where the icon changes.
Master doesn't make
Picking the wrong mistake means
mistakes.
taking damage,
Right.
so don't screw it up.
Right? Right?
It has to be the bed.
Here.
Nowhere else.
That's it! The burnt corpse was hidden right there! Hey! Jeez, one after another. This is really bad for my heart.
We're not done yet. Hurry, let's speed it
So
up.
I'm still trying to calculate some things in my head.
Shinigami, you might be fine because you're floating around, but this is really tough for me.
I can't believe it. He had the corpse hidden under the blanket? So, that four-eyed detective was sleeping next to a dead body. I'm so jealous!
I'm gonna pretend I didn't hear that. Zilch was lying in bed with the corpse. He got up once the smoke screen was ready. He took the corpse out from under the blanket, pulled the knife out of the cushion, and stabbed it. That way, even after he switched with the corpse, he could just hide to avoid me.
Where did Detective Four Eyes hide after that?
Under the
It
bed.
must have been someplace with easy access, which must mean
Under the bed.
under the bed. He could have quickly hid there. What?
Which means, if you checked under the bed at the time, you would have caught that four-eyed idiot.
Yeah, but back then, I was in such a hurry to warn the other master detectives. I'm sure he calculated all that too. He knew I'd panic.
Maybe he was planning to take advantage of you from the very beginning, and that's why he let you live.
He was an amateur.
Yeah, I think Zilch was the one who peeked into the restroom while I was sleeping there.
Yep.
I was supposed to be sleeping in the infirmary, so he must have planned to move me before committing the crimes. I passed out in the restroom, but that didn't hinder his plans, so he went with it.
Speaking of which, wasn't it Detective Four Eyes who told you to go to the first car?
Yeah, he must have
Did he?
planned to make me witness everything and set me up as the culprit.
Aha! I think I'm starting to see the whole picture now. Not bad, Master. Maybe you were a big shot detective before you lost your memories.
Maybe.
No, if I really was a great detective, I would have caught the culprit in the infirmary before any of this happened.
I guess so. By the way, where did he get the corpse he was hiding in the blanket?
That corpse? Well,
Asking questions.
Ah! Again!
I won't let you go any further.
Why not?
Getting in our way again, huh? If you stand against my ruthless master, he'll chop you up and stir-fry you with veggies for dinner.
I will not!
I will. What are we disputing here?
Master, I'm lending you a hand from here on out. I'll assist you when you're in a pinch.
Huh? Assist?
It's the rule of the Mystery Labyrinth to assist whoever you're accompanying. Now let's go, Master.
Who made the rule?
Looks like you might not need assist after all, Master.
Business says your partner inside the mystery labyrinth will help you
This
out.
could be the clincher.
A partner's assist is active. A mystery phantom statement won't inflict any damage, so use it like close look at what they're saying. So it's like a Rage of the Gods mode.
I won't let you back.
Fuji's corpse, discovered in Car 3, was burnt to a crisp, but the face is barely recognizable. Burnt corpse that had to be Apex had appeared to stab with the chest, similar to the spider beyond. I guess since it had a stab wound, it had to be Apex.
Enough of your nonsense. You think he swapped with a corpse?
Yes.
It'd be impossible to switch like that. Someone who could replace Zilch would need to be the same size as him. He didn't have a bag that could carry a corpse. It would have been down at the station. It'd be impossible to get it on board. There was no corpse to replace anyway.
This is the truth!
Yeah, I was right. I didn't have to use the Rage of the Gods mode.
There's no need to bring an extra corpse for the swap. He just needed to reuse a dead body on the train.
Yep.
It's Aphex's body from the 5th car. He and Zilch are nearly the same height, and both have stab wounds in their chests. So the corpse that was switched was Aphex's.
Ah, damn it! How could someone like you find the truth? Truth.
Everyone's finally dead.
He looks completely obliterated.
Now we don't have to fight anymore.
Even if that's true, don't let your guard down. The Mystery Labyrinth isn't over yet. Stay alert until the very end.
All right.
Wow. Who would have thought that short-tempered idiot would be used for a body swap?
Thinking back, the reason the corpses in the first and fifth cars were burnt was to switch them out. But the corpse was so badly burned that I couldn't tell it was Aphex.
How did he get up to from the first cart to the fifth cart?
That must be what the necklace was for, so I could identify him.
Well, reusing a corpse is rather environmentally friendly of the culprit, don't you think? It totally went green.
Yeah, the necklace was really burnt too.
I mean, we gotta recycle everything in our day and age, so you gotta get the most value out of corpses too, you know?
Zilch?
No.
Wait, I am not the culprit. I am a victim who was already killed.
You the next Phantom we're fighting?
So, leave me alone!
Hey, he ran away! After him, Master!
Why would Zilch betray us though?
You said the body in the first car's infirmary wasn't me, but Aphex? But you went to car 5 after car 1 and discovered his corpse there. How is the corpse transported from car 1 to car 5? That'd require moving past you.
That's right, if he slipped past us, when did that happen? You definitely want to remember this.
We're under the tunnel. Is that what that blue line is? A tunnel? The train detach? Did the car detach and go to the back? It's the only thing that makes sense, right? Alright, I think that I know what happens then. I really like the visuals, the backdrops of everything. It's splitting in two.
Where did he run off to?
Another mystery that needs to be solved.
He didn't leave through the train.
If he'd gone outside the train instead of through it, he could have passed us.
No, that's impossible.
He's rejecting it, so...
Impossible. 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 Impossible.
What's with the kiss aesthetic for these guys? Is it like all the Phantoms are gonna be like that in the future, or is it just this one case?
Zilch turned into a mystery phantom!
Get it, Master! Boom, kill him until there's only a sorry slab of flesh left!
If they...
There was a blackout and shaking when the train entered the tunnel. There was another shaking when the train exited the tunnel, so it must have
didn't
popped
pass
off.
through the train. You think the corpse was brought in from outside? The windows are all locked shut. The door's locked when the train is moving. We know the train never stopped once. If the windows and doors are shut, there's no way to get out while the train is moving. No issues occurred during the train's operation.
This is the truth.
No, there was something strange. The blackout and shaking that happened when I was in car 2 and car 4.
Yep.
When the blackout occurred and the shaking started, I'm certain something else happened in the train.
What a coincidence, and the train power would go out right before we entered part 5.
Maybe it has something to do with the mystery of the moving corpse.
Don't be stupid. So what if there was a little blackout and some gentle swaying? Forget the shaking and the blackout.
Just listen first.
They were nothing but coincidences. The blackout was just a bad contact.
Am I trying to prove that there's a power outage to get connected?
I'll slash through this mystery.
Good was right.
No, the blackout didn't occur because of a connection failure. It was due to the main control system failing and switching to the backup control system.
The control system automatically manages the electricity within the train. The main control system failed to switch to the backup system after 1 second.
The blackout occurred during that 1 second when the system switched over.
Hey, he ran away. Fleeing phantom is a bad phantom.
Is there such a thing as a good phantom?
After him. You gotta keep solving the mystery and boom, kill that mystery phantom.
Hey!
Master, you may know the cause of the blackout, but what does that have to do with how the corpse was moved?
If the train gets they just swap
The failed
places.
main control system was in car 1, where the body swap occurred.
There was no car 5.
If so, then the main control system's failure must have something to do with moving the corpse.
So maybe the culprit broke the main control system. He must have attempted to stop the train to bring in the corpse from the outside.
But the train never stopped. The operation log confirms the train was moving the entire time. So I don't think he broke the system to bring the corpse in.
Then why did the main control system fail?
The train is disconnected.
It must have something to do with moving the body.
But you're unsure exactly how. Huh. In that case... I knew it! A mystery is blocking you! Anything blocking you in here is also a mystery. So let's solve it to keep on going.
The main control system was
So this is the question we're
lost when
facing right
car
now.
1 was. There's gonna be one of those puzzle spiral things, right? D-E-R-A-I-L-E. Detached.
The The main control system must have failed because something happened in the first car. If that's true, what exactly... If it's related to the body being moved...
Master's expression is so serious. He must be thinking hard. Well, as his mentor, I better think hard too. The main control system failing. The blackout? The train shaking? Oh yeah! Why did the train shake like that?
It was detached or derailed.
There was a blackout right before entering the tunnel. But the culprit didn't destroy it, so the blackout happened because... wasn't there some shaking right before the blackout too? After the whole train
Yeah, detached.
shocked, the blackout? I don't get it.
That's right! The train shook right before the blackout. We still don't know what caused that to happen. Whatever it was strong enough to make the entire train shake. It caused the main control system to fail and resulted in a blackout. If it had something to do with moving a body, then what must have happened was...
Ooh! Did I give you the assistance you needed? Close to solving the case now?
Yep.
And it's time to combine our powers and solve this thing! Let's go, Master! Lay it all out!
Not another scrambler. I know what happened, but I don't know what exact words you're looking
Let's
for.
work together as a team! Ta-da!
Is it detached?
Right! Ta-da! That's
Oh, yes, okay, it's detached.
wrong!
Nope, nope.
That's right! Go, go, go! Go, go, go!
See, it confused me because I didn't think there'd be two letters in one block. So I kept thinking it was one letter off.
Could it be that the first car was separated from the train?
Yes.
Huh? Separated? What? Seriously?
Yeah. The reason why the main control system failed was because
Cart
the
one
first car
detached.
was cut off from the rest of the train we were riding in.
Yep.
Let's keep going for now. Master, I don't really get it. What do you mean the first car was cut off?
The shaking happened just before the blackout, right? Huh? Did it just shake? What was that? The lights went out for a moment and came back on. At that time, the first car was disconnected from the rest of the Amaterasu Express. As a result, the main control system failed, and after a brief blackout, it switched to the backup.
But why cut off the first car? Why go through all that trouble?
Make it throw us off the car numbering.
Of course, to move the body in the train car. To do that.
Ah! There it is again! It's bigger than ever!
How much longer will this keep happening? I feel like I'm going to suffocate.
Now's not the time to be suffocating!
Again?
We need to resolve the mystery at hand.
The whole car was moving.
Given that the
That's what it
first car
is.
was cut off so that the body could be moved. Right. I think I see what happened.
Seems like you got it. Let's do this!
Can I just answer it?
Lay it all out, Master!
Got another scrambler. Doesn't seem necessary, but alright.
Puzzle it out! Nice!
There we go.
That's right! He transported the corpse using the entire first car. That's why the first car was disconnected.
Transported the corpse? With the entire car? Nonsense.
Oh,
Shut up! The first car is at the front of the train. Apex's corpse was in the fifth car, in the back. Even if you detach the front car, how do you move it all the way to the rear?
Master, don't be scared. Lots of villains transform after they've been cornered.
Calm down. Stay calm. Think.
here's a loop.
How could you swap the position of the first and fifth cars? If I can answer that, I can solve this mystery once and for all. How did it happen?
That reminds me. Master, earlier when you were talking about the shaking and mentioned the blackout only happened once. But the shaking happened twice.
They reconnected.
Yeah, it definitely shook 2 separate times. Right before entering the tunnel, and well, the first time was when the train car was disconnected. But what about the second? Something happened to the train then, too. The shaking at the end of the tunnel felt similar to when car 1 disconnected.
There's no point thinking about it. You're stuck in this labyrinth for all eternity.
Master, here it comes! You gotta solve the mystery and defeat him!
Your deductions aren't worth a damn thing. Because they're all wrong from the very beginning.
Nope.
So
They're gonna just gotta give me root map or distorted plate. I'm gonna probably go with root map.
shook twice near the tunnel. What of it?
They shake all the time.
You mean the train car was separated and connected? Why would that even matter? Even if you managed to separate car 1, how could it be moved to the rear? The train was always running on the same tracks.
Nope.
There's no way to shuffle the train cars around.
There is.
This is the truth.
No! At that time, not all the cars were moving on the same track. The track that the Amaterasu Express was on separated into double tracks right before entering the tunnel. So by taking advantage of the double tracks, it's possible to switch out the train cars. The first time the train shook was before entering the tunnel, which was caused by car 1 separating. After that, the separated car 1 entered the other track, while the rest of the train proceeded on the main track. The 2 tracks rejoin after the tunnel. That's where car 1 connected to the end of the train. This is when the train shook for the second time.
You're right! First car moved all the way to the back!
Normally, it's impossible for a single train car to function on its own. But the Amaterasu Express is special. The control system will supply electricity as programmed to drive the train. But all train cars on the train have motors that run autonomously.
If each train car can operate autonomously, then car 1 can function on its own!
Yep.
Doesn't that solve everything? It's time you gave up!
No! That's crazy!
Huh? What?
Using your method to rearrange the train cars would connect the first car to the end, which would leave it behind the 5th car. In other words, it becomes the 6th car, but that doesn't exist.
That's because there was no car 5.
So, You're telling me you found Aphex's corpse in the non-existent 6th car?
Oh, you're right.
Do you get it? You're the one who's wrong. Everything you've deduced is wrong!
Nope.
No, I'm not wrong. The truth lies just ahead of us. I will prove it to you.
Another scrambler. I don't even know what we're answering this time.
Try to solve it, lickety-split!
Oh, okay. Solved it. Was this an excuse to see more bikini shots of her? I'm not complaining, but
Maybe the Amaterasu Express doesn't have 5 cars. What if there were only 4 cars to begin with? If that's the case, then to me, Car 1 could be made to look like Car 5.
Huh? So, there weren't 5 cars the whole time, but instead 4?
yes.
That's why Melanie said the 5th car's door was broken while we were in transit.
But you can't access the 5th car, the one at the end. So, it wasn't broken. The 4th car was actually the farthest one back from the get-go?
Yes.
I'm sure the real 5th car was left behind at the station when we departed. So the train took off with only 4 cars. There was another Car 1 at our destination. If it connected upon arrival, then the train would have 5 cars again. So the Car 1 where I was knocked out became the 5th car at the end of the line. And when I was questioned by the peacekeepers, the Car 1 there was another car prepared at the station specifically for this plot.
The real Car 1 was waiting at the station's platform, and all the peacekeepers there would have noticed it. So they were all in on it.
Yeah.
Or you can assume that the peacekeepers themselves were the ones who prepared the other Car 1. If there was another Car 1, then there will be something that sets it apart from the original Car 1. For example, the way the window glass was broken in the infirmary would be different from how I broke it.
You mean when you used the fire extinguisher to smash the infirmary's window? So they knew you would do that? That's how they were able to imitate it in the new Car 1?
I think I was set up to reach for that fire extinguisher. The fire extinguisher was left in a conspicuous spot in the hallway. They wanted me to use it to break the window. And that's how they pulled off swapping the 1st and 5th cars while in transit. It was all a trap to set me up as the culprit. Isn't that zilch?
All right, we're almost there. Let's catch this culprit.
That seems pretty crush-shotty to me, but alright. What else are we doing?
That was a pretty solid deduction. Very impressive. Of me for seeing your potential.
It's so strange. It doesn't feel like I'm learning this stuff, more like I'm remembering it. Maybe I was even a high-ranking detective in the WDO.
Now's no time for bragging. You still gotta catch him.
Right!
You're like 9 years old. How do you be like a
Everything
high-ranking member?
feels different here.
This is just the calm before the storm. Be careful. You don't know what's gonna happen next. You know, making the 1st car look like the 5th was a really big trick to pull off. I'm surprised the train cars could disconnect and reconnect so smoothly.
The train's automatic operating system must have had it programmed before we departed.
Even the trick with the swapping train car?
Probably. It had to have been done automatically.
Well, it'd be easy for Amaterasu. They own the train.
Don't tell me I'm walking up with all of this.
That's what I'm worried about. Even if I obtain the truth here, won't they just ignore what I say and arrest me anyway?
Exactly, that's what I said.
I keep telling you not to worry about it. As long as you have the truth, the culprit can't escape.
Why are you so sure of that?
Are they gonna get killed? And then wouldn't they be able to point at his body, like, say you did kill him?
What is this?
Looks like a fort to me. With this kind of protection, I bet the truth is in there for sure. You just have to destroy it.
So the truth is here.
You can't have the truth. It's impossible to destroy this fortress. Just give up and leave!
Whenever a culprit takes a last stand like this, you know we're just a step away from unriddling this labyrinth. Master, time to show him how dangerous you really are. After all, he did try to set you up.
I'm not worried about that right now. We're so close to the truth. We gotta do this.
Right, never Kami.
It's boom kill time!
Is this the writer's barely disguised fetish?
Shinigami's Tutorial Corner!
Go to the last stand of a phantom, tear through all the obstacles with the mega-sized god, great onset destroyer me.
Let's do this, Master! Oh!
Blast away a gigantic iron ball released from the phantom fortress with a corresponding kick.
No one can stop me!
Obstacle closes in the screen, close, slowing down, press a button to attack.
What?
Risking absolute music failure and damage. Okay.
I won't let you have the truth.
I see. Blech.
Alright.
Go away! Keep up and
Do
scram!
that, get you to
I
close the
see. Watch out!
Yeah, and then you gotta
Your
jump.
deduction is wrong! Go away! Don't come near me! Don't come any closer! Stop it! Switching the first and fifth cards is just your imagination. It's a completely baseless lie. There's no evidence they ever swapped.
Yo, check! Come on, hurry up and decide!
Solution key.
Use the solution key to smash through the wall, Master!
You're wrong! Huh? Come on!
No! There are traces of a swap! The warped plate from Car 5! The reason that plate was burned so thoroughly is because originally it said Car 1. Left as it was, it would have messed up your plot to make Car 1 look like Car 5.
Yep.
That's why you made extra sure it was burned beyond recognition.
Here I go!
That's nonsense! I burned the plate to disguise it? No! I didn't do that! Stop it! Stop! Go away! Get away from me! Get away! Get away! It just happened to be easily burned! But with it burned, you have no way of knowing what number car it was.
But why would it be burned then?
So there's nothing backing up your deduction. You have no hard evidence proving that location was the first car.
Looks like we need another solution key to boom kill him. Good luck, Master.
Oh, bloodstain from when we cut our finger.
There is proof! The bloodstain on the interlock of the infirmary in car 5! The culprit probably didn't notice it. But I remember. It's my blood!
What?
When I was trying to get into the infirmary in car 1, I cut my finger on the glass. When I reached through to unlock the latch, I must have gotten blood on it. But that bloodstain would have been hidden while the interlock was open. That's probably why the culprit missed it. My blood, which was left behind in car 1, was found in car 5. This proves that someone pulled off the car switching trick. This is the truth of the case!
I'm not done yet!
What is left to fight about?
What? He's still going? Let us boom kill you already!
If car 1 became car 5, then where did the culprit supposedly hiding in the infirmary go?
He locked himself in one of the driver boxes.
You had to have checked the 5th car, but the culprit wasn't there.
The culprit must have been hiding somewhere in the 5th car. Probably someplace safe.
Yep. I already know where. Control room. If they're working with Amaterasu, they'd have a way in, right? Like a key or something.
The culprit was hiding inside the main control room, which was locked shut the entire time. I didn't have the key, so I could never have gotten inside.
Exactly.
I bet the culprit moved there from the infirmary while car 1 was running on the 2nd track. If the train's management company, Amaterasu Corporation, was involved, the culprit may have had the key.
Yep.
And then they hid in a blind spot I couldn't see from the window. That's how they got past me.
No, it's not me. I'm not the culprit.
Great detective work! I call that a critical hit! He seems like he's barely standing. All that's left is to finish him off.
Finish him off? How do I do that?
Shove
Stab
all
him.
your evidence into the solution blade and slash as hard as you can. Time to expose this crime. The cheats and everything.
The announcement is where the truth is made clear by thinking it through the
The
deductions.
correct answer is somewhere inside your head, Master.
Place the correct piece in the corresponding deduction gap to reveal the
This
truth.
could be the clincher.
Locked pieces can be opened by solving mysteries, so keep it up, up, up.
There's only one truth.
Once a gap is filled with a piece, a final revealing all mystery will be unveiled. Everything has been led into this moment. Okay. Yeah. would have been painted her before everyone got on the thing. Ross usually working with them.
Master detectives slain before their time, and Amaterasu Corporation has Master in their sights. Truth bombs are about to be dropped. Time for the deduction denouement.
The incident unfolded aboard the Amaterasu Express, which was on its way to Kanaiwar. I rushed onto the train as it was about to depart. At that time, the train was made up of 5 cars.
Sleep in the lost and found, Master. If you'd kept snoozing, the case would never be solved.
When the train started moving, it was only 4 cars long. The 5th and final one was left at the station.
And so, the culprit scheme had already begun. Meaning Amaterasu Corporation was involved from the get-go.
Yep.
On the train, the master detectives were gathered together in Car 2. That was the dining car. And the culprit had already mixed a knockout drug into every drink there.
I bet the culprit was the first person on the train, so they could prepare in advance and wait for everybody else.
Or if Amaterasu Corporation's working with them, they could have just had coffee and alcohol already tainted.
I felt unwell, and Melanie went to the trouble of pouring me a coffee. But after drinking it, I started to feel drowsy. I was hearing things at the time and thought that I might be seriously ill, but it was actually the drug.
So you thought yours truly was responsible? Sticks and stones won't do much to a dead guy, but slander stings!
The culprit sent me off to Car 1 in order to frame me as the killer.
I'm sure the culprit didn't expect you to get sick, Master, but since you look like a super easy target, they probably changed their plan and went after you instead.
Once I left, the other master detectives must have fallen asleep because of the drugged drinks.
The culprit then burned everyone to death, setting all those master detectives on fire on purpose. What a psycho!
Yep.
This was when the culprit put their plan to frame me into motion. First, they carried Aphex's charred corpse to the infirmary in Car 1.
The very first body we found.
Then, they deliberately left a fire extinguisher near the restroom I was sleeping in. This was done to prompt me into smashing the door later.
Gotta have someone get inside somehow, or else nobody would find the body.
Next, the culprit entered the infirmary, locked the door, and laid down on the bed with Aphex's charred corpse.
jumping into bed with a charred corpse. And here I thought chivalry was dead. What a gentleman! I'm actually a little jealous.
A knife and cushion created the red
The
herring.
corpse or the killer?
Hell of a way to pretend to be dead.
Furthermore, the culprit set the room on fire just as I was waking up.
While you were sleeping, I felt someone come into the restroom.
It's really risky.
They must have seen me then and timed it.
When I woke up in the restroom and went into the hallway, car 1 was beginning to fill with smoke.
Oh, that's some precise timing.
I caught a glimpse of Zulch in the infirmary, with a knife lodged in his chest.
Wait, is the furry ears part of his hat? And I guess there isn't any like mythical races in this then, okay?
But it didn't take long for the smoke to obscure everything.
That was when the culprit took out Aphex's burnt corpse, switched places with it, and waited for me to enter the room while hiding beneath the bed.
It's just like a magic trick, switching places under a veil of smoke.
Meanwhile, I found the fire extinguisher on the floor, smashed the window, unlocked the room, and went inside.
Just like the culprit planned. And that's why they left the fire extinguisher there in the first place.
After the smoke cleared, I found Zulch's body, burnt to a crisp. At least, that's what I thought. The charred corpse was actually Aphex. The culprit had me completely fooled.
Must be why they picked the time-consuming method of roasting someone to death. Plus, the body was about the right size.
I bolted out of car 1 after seeing the corpse.
The culprit was under the bed at that time, huh? They probably laughed at you from there, watching everything unfold like they planned.
I went on to discover the charred corpses of the other master detectives.
You know, I said before, the killer was probably hiding somewhere and also just talk to herself like a crazy person. And he probably was sitting in the bed wondering why he was like screaming at myself.
Around that time, the culprit came out from under the bed and went to the main control room in car 1. Controlling the train from there, they detached car 1.
That caused the blackout and shaking, and the power source was switched over to the backup system. So when the train shook, was there or was there not jiggling wheels? Take a guess.
Yours the ghost sometimes, so it wasn't.
While the detached car 1 was running on a separate track, the culprit went to work, preparing to disguise car 1 as car 5.
What about the jiggling?
Skipping right over it.
First, Aphex's corpse was carried to the corridor, and the necklace removed earlier was placed back on.
Then the car 1 number plate was burned so that it couldn't be properly identified.
Yeah.
With everything in place, the culprit went into the main control room, locked the door, and waited for the train cars to reconnect.
Well, this time, the culprit was riding in car 1 on the other track, right?
Yeah, the train, which was only cars 2, 3, and 4 at the time, remained on course.
Since we were in a tunnel, I didn't even realize car 1 was moving alongside us.
The train we were on went through the tunnel with only 3 cars. When it came out of the tunnel, the car with the culprit in it attached to car 4. Now behind car 4, that car became car 5.
The swap was pre-programmed into the train's automatic operating system, right? Technology sure is convenient.
The culprit, riding in car 1, attached it to the back of car 4. That caused more shaking, but there was no blackout this time because the power supply stayed the same.
Additional shaking occurred inside my blouse, but the power stayed on.
After that, I mistook car 1 for car 5 and walked right in. The culprit wrecked it so much I didn't even notice the door I had smashed when I was in car 1 before.
I figured there'd been some kind of brawl. But that was part of the culprit's plan, wasn't it? Also, no one would realize was actually car 1.
When I found the corpse, I deduced that it was Aphex from the necklace it had on. But I was just rediscovering the same charred corpse from car 1. The disguised corpse and the car switch completely fooled me.
Is he a dead body? Oh, that's a despairingly brilliant idea!
When the train arrived in Kanai, it connected to a different, prearranged car 1.
And with that, the train once again had 5 cars. So much attaching and detaching. What a stupid, crazy, elaborate trick!
Peacekeepers were lying in wait at the station. As the sole survivor, I was set up as the one responsible for the murders.
And Amaterasu was in on it! That really turns me on!
What?
I mean, pisses me off, right?
During that
There's some
time,
way to
the
pull
culprit
those.
stayed hidden in the main control room of the disguised car 1. And waited for the peacekeepers to haul you in, Master. They were right there at the scene.
After burning all the master detectives, the culprit faked their own death and tried to frame me as the killer. It was a cunning, cold-blooded scheme.
And the evildoer who committed these countless contemptible crimes is none other than... Zilch Alexander!
It was you!
Was you should have got me to now, or are you just cowering from the side of a like a 4'5" manlet?
This is the truth I've uncovered!
Is that it? What's this?
It's the truth. It's the soul of the true culprit who made this mystery labyrinth.
The soul of the true culprit. Wait, what am I supposed to do with this?
Now it's time for the main event. Here
kill him,
we
aren't ya?
go. It's my time to shine. Surging bloodlust. Overflowing despair.
Spare.
The brilliant soul of Shinigami shall expunge this cursed case. Down to all deplorables. Through into the final mystery labyrinth. Starting shining rainbow glorious stellar spiral.
This is about the guy die. Are we accessories to murder?
What? Huh? We're back?
What are you talking about now? Your spirit shouldn't be broken. Yet. The Peacekeepers will take care of you. We have all the time in the world.
Huh? Shinigami! Where are you? Nothing here's changed. What's going on? Shinigami? Are you listening?
Get him!
Wait! I know who the culprit is!
What?
It's Zilch! He's still alive. He framed me.
What are you talking about? He's already dead!
It's not gonna work, is it?
Huh? But...
Shut up! This is not up for discussion! What a waste of time! Take him away!
Shinigami! Where did you go? This isn't what's supposed to happen!
I'm right here!
No, you're back to ghost form.
You're so cute when you panic, so why head to enjoy the view for a bit?
Stop playing around! Why hasn't the situation changed at all?
He must be hallucinating. Taking him down shouldn't be a problem. Take him away! What? He's dead?
Looks like it's over.
Huh? What's over? Shinigami, what's going on?
There's always a price to pay. When I read the soul of the true culprit, the mystery labyrinth created by the culprit is destroyed. But as a price, the source that created the mystery labyrinth also perishes.
The source perishes? Don't tell me.
That's right, the true culprit dies.
So, is there gonna be a point in the future where there's a mystery about the manlet detective who constantly has people dying at every fucking case he solves? It seems like where it's gonna be heading down.
Then that report saying Zilch, the true culprit, was dead.
And that solves today's mystery. The true culprit is as dead as a doornail. You're now innocent and free to go, Master. A happy ending. Roll credits!
There's nothing happy about this. Zilch died because I solved the mystery, right?
He was a spree killer.
Huh? He was a dangerous murderer who killed 4 master detectives. He deserved to die.
I mean, I don't think I'm completely free to go. Not even with Zilch being dead.
In that case, say exactly what I'm about to tell you to that gilded idiot over there.
Okay. Swank, did you just receive a report that Zilch was dead?
How did you know that?
I thought so.
Ah!
If he was alive until moments ago, that changes things about this case. Someone who died in front of my eyes, was alive. This is clearly an attempt by the culprit to disguise the truth. Don't tell me the Peacekeepers lied to try to cover up what really happened. You didn't try to frame an innocent person, did you?
What? You think you can weasel your way out of this? You better not forget you're in Kanai Ward now. You're powerless before the might of the Amaterasu Corporation.
No,
sounds about right.
I didn't mean...
Hey, don't surrender so easily. You were so close.
That does it. You're under arrest. Listen, you got no right to remain silent, and you got no right to call a lawyer either. Take him away.
No, wait!
Hold on just a second. Hey, excuse me. Do you have a minute?
You.
It's all good. Let's stop all the fighting. We both have to follow orders from the higher-ups, so let's not do anything that causes unnecessary tension.
Sounds like Hagakure.
Falsifying evidence and testimonies is a drag when it comes time to do the paperwork, right? It's tough keeping things consistent. Just forget about all that and leave it to me, yeah? You know, I saw that the true culprit was alive and well just a bit ago.
What?
If you let us go, I'll cook something up in my report to the World Detective Organization. You don't want trouble, right? If the WDO floods this joint because of you. Your punishment might be kind of brutal. So, you know what to do. Leave things well enough alone, as they say.
Let's go!
That worked apparently. I'm guessing this guy's a detective too?
Thank goodness that worked out.
Who is he?
Beats me?
Alright, let's see who he is up first. Hey, no. Got shows a map.
Well, I bet that was quite a long trip for you. Welcome to Kanai Ward.
Thanks.
You must be Yuma. Yuma Cocoa Head, right?
I am. And you are?
I'm Yako Furio. I was born and raised in Kanai Ward. Just a humble member of the WDO. I'm the director of the Nocturnal Detective Agency, the only detective agency in Kanai Ward. My office welcomes you. Nice to make your acquaintance.
Thanks. The pleasure is all mine. So he's a detective from the WDO. Finally, I've met an ally. He managed to turn away the Peacekeepers, so he must be in high standing.
Really? He's clearly just some careless, middle-aged man. Oh, by the way, don't tell anyone about yours truly. You might have forgotten, but our secret is included in the contract.
Can you tell me that now?
It'd be terrible if you broke this rule. To be exact, your whole body would be drained of its blood.
Sounds like a lie.
Okay, I won't tell anyone.
Well, even if you did, they'd just assume you're some crazy person.
Now, shall we? Oh, by the way, I'd like to hear the details about this incident.
Right. I'm sorry I kept you waiting. It took a while to get through all the proceedings.
They practically interrogated you, right? Kanai Ward is completely shut off from the outside world. Communication devices, such as cell phones, are confiscated. Cameras are not permitted to leave Kanai Ward either. Even if you smuggle something with reception in, Kanai Ward is a dead zone. Thanks to all that tight closure, nobody's using this fancy station at all.
Why do you even have it?
Did you say no one?
You show a lot of promise, considering how you handled that Amaterasu trouble.
You can see two guys working back there, so it's like, there's no train or anything. Did they just sit around on their iPhones watching YouTube or something? Like, what do they do all day?
I was
Seems like an
scared,
easy
to be
paycheck.
honest. I don't want to deal with them if I don't have to. The thing is, the Peacekeepers always antagonize detectives. As a basic rule, never look them in the eye. They're always itching for a fight. Kinda like mad dogs.
Right.
Amaterasu Corp doesn't want the unified government or the WDO meddling in their matters. I even caught wind of them hiring a hitman.
A hitman?
They plan to wipe out any master detectives before they enter Kanai Ward. The result of which is this Amaterasu Express massacre.
So Zilch was actually a hitman?
Nope. There was a real master detective named Zilch. He was murdered beforehand and used as a disguise. You were in the first car earlier. The real Zilch is laying dead somewhere in there.
So I was right. See, someone was killed and replaced.
There was a separate first car at the station before you arrived, where Zilch's body was hidden. Then, the 4 train cars that you rode in would arrive at the station in Kanai Ward and connect with the fake first car. That makes a total of 5 dead master detectives at Kanai Ward's platform. With no master detectives left, you would be arrested as the only culprit. That was the plan.
They would go to such lengths?
Absolutely. Even though the plan didn't work, we still lost 5 master detectives. Given the situation, I'm honestly surprised you survived, Yuma.
That's all thanks to me. You're so lucky to be haunted by yours truly.
Wait, if there was a real zilch, then the number of people on board the Amaterasu Express, including me, that makes 6 people. The numbers still don't add up.
I, Hoochie, heard from the World Detective Organization that the number of master detectives on the train was precisely 5.
Yeah.
Oh, I'll explain that later. Anyway, let's leave this place. Wouldn't want to give the peacekeepers any ideas.
It's raining.
Hey, you're right.
Who's that guy?
Beats me.
You guys just gonna let him walk through? Oh, and it looks like that was the end of the chapter.
I see.
Yep. Was a Corporal's boom tool, you get a reward based on how well the master did inside the mystery lab.
Are you gonna remember all of
You get
this?
a reward for each overall rating between S, S, C. Not only do you get an award for the rating you'll see, but every rating below it. So try shooting for the top. Judgment. RDM. Stamina is an S. Final is an S. I got an S. I got the second top rank. Alright. And I got level up 3 times. Save my current progress. Yep. Alright, I think that's gonna do it for this live stream episode, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you all for coming out. For anyone who is watching or is watching this afterwards in my channel, I'll probably be streaming this more at a later date. And I'd like to thank you all for coming. We'll see what chapter 1 is holding for us next time. Bye-bye.